Hey, yo everyone, Andrew here, bringing you another video review, and today we're going to be doing another DC Universe Classics review, and that will be of Cheetah. Both of them. Take a look at these bad girls right here. Now, a little information about Cheetah. There's actually been multiple Cheetahs throughout all the different continuities for Wonder Woman and in the DC. I think there's been about 4 or 5. One of them was actually a guy, and yeah, he first showed up in Paradise Lost or Paradise Found, one of the two, right after Our World's at War. But there's been multiple different Cheetahs, but the only ones that Mattel has released were the Golden Age Cheetah, Priscilla, and the Modern Age Cheetah, Barbara. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a brief history of both of them, and then I'll go into the figures themselves. So let's start things off with Priscilla. Now, this Cheetah, the Golden Age Cheetah's real name is Priscilla Rich, and she was a debutante. But the thing is she kind of had a twisted second personality, which was more aggressive, a little bit more evil, a little bit more violent. And this second personality started to take over her calmer personality until it fully took her over, and thus the Cheetah was born. Now, unlike all the other Cheetahs really, or at least the majority of the Cheetahs, this Cheetah is just a human thief. She dresses up in a cheetah costume and goes around and steals. She doesn't really kill that much, although it's not outside her line of work. She can kill if she wants to. She carries guns and knives and various different weapons, but for the most part, she's a thief. And she goes up against Wonder Woman more than once. Actually, she's pretty much one of the more main villains for Wonder Woman during the Golden Age. There's not much to say about her. Like many of the Golden Age characters, she has kind of a basic character plot going, and that's about it. And yeah, that's really about it. So here is Cheetah. Just take one good look at her, and then we're going to jump right into Barbara for a sec. So that is the Golden Age Cheetah. We'll talk about the figure more in a second. Next is Barbara. Now, the Cheetah's real name, and I hope I pronounced this right, Barbara Ann Mavier, who cares? We'll call her the Cheetah. Now, originally she was an archaeologist, and she became so obsessed with getting artifacts. She would go to any extent to get them. When Wonder Woman first showed up, she became obsessed with Wonder Woman's lasso of truth, so much that she went through a ritual that changed her physically into the Cheetah, giving her superpowers. Now, for the most part, she would want to get Wonder Woman's lasso in the early goings against Wonder Woman, and she would actually fight Wonder Woman's almost to standstill, proving to be one of Wonder Woman's more powerful adversaries. Later down the road, she stopped caring so much about the lasso of truth and more about killing Wonder Woman. So her motivations kind of flipped, and that's basically the motivation for her. It's just take out Wonder Woman because she wants to prove she's better. She has been a member of the Secret Society or the Injustice Gang or whatever you want to call it. There's been like 90 million names of it. Legion of Doom if you want to even go that far, but it was never called that in the modern continuity. Anyways, I'm getting off the beaten track. She's one of Wonder Woman's more main villains, along with Ares, Cersei, and Dr. Psycho. But the thing about her is she represents more of the superhero aspect of Wonder Woman, rather than the mythological ones, because Cersei and Ares are mythological enemies of Wonder Woman, while Cheetah and Dr. Psycho and Giganta more encompass a superhero aspect of Wonder Woman. Powers and abilities. She's a great hand-to-hand combatant. She has super strength, super speed. She's actually faster than Wonder Woman due to her powers, but also she got training by the Reverse Flash, Professor Zoom. Her claws can basically cut through anything, even near invulnerable opponents like Wonder Woman or Superman. The claws are magically imbued to cut through stuff. She has great agility, and she can basically go toe-to-toe with almost anyone in the DC Universe because she's just so well in tune with her powers. She also has the ability to turn her powers on and off, but she prefers to stay in her Cheetah mode. So that is Barbara. Take one good look at her. So let's actually talk about the figures themselves, and I'll go with Priscilla Rich first. Now, Priscilla Rich is the Golden Age Cheetah, as I stated multiple times before, and as you can see, she's wearing her Golden Age Cheetah costume with a few slight modifications. What I did like about this figure is they actually went and made this feel a little bit more modernized. The original Cheetah had more of a shirt like mine, where it would go up to the neck, covering up to the collarbones. But as you can see, they have a V-cut here to show a little bit more cleavage. it sounds a little silly, but it actually makes this figure stand out a little bit more. As you can see, she has a wristband right here. I'm not entirely sure what that is. I think it's just to keep her tools. And she also has a tail. Now, the tail can turn around like such, but that's about it. Articulation-wise, she has all the standard articulation of a DC Universe Classic figure. The great thing about this figure is there's nothing dampening her from moving around. And the tail can also be used for some nice poses and balance her. So that's actually a pretty good thing for her. The nice detail they put in the fingers, can't see that because my camera sucks. Don't leave a comment saying I need to get a new camera, I know. But she has actually red nails, which are pretty cool, and the face is very nicely detailed. And the figure does stand out very nicely. It has a good paint job. So that is Priscilla Rich, Golden Age, and I'm just going to stand her up there. She wants to. There we go. And let's talk about Barbara. Now, Barbara's the figure that I was more looking forward to getting because it's a modern one, but also they're taking a take on her 1 year later costume rather than her standard costume. Mattel's DC Universe Classic line tends to aim more towards a Silver Age classic look for the figures. A lot of figures you'll see will be more Silver Age inspired rather than updated stuff. There are some figures out there that are more updated, like the Robin or the Black Lightning. But obviously, right here, Cheetah is, and I'm happy they went with that. Although Cheetah usually has a belt that has a cheetah pattern on it, and I'm not sure if it's actually a belt or her just cutting out her pants because it connects right into her tail, but they did not include that. But Cheetah looks, at first sight, pretty good. I really like what they did with the hair. I like the costume. The paint scheme looks pretty good, but once you look at her a bit more, her face has just a dull stare in it like this. I mean, with Priscilla, at least Priscilla's like, oh god, that feels weird. She's like giving a little smirk. This Cheetah has a dull look in her face. I was kind of hoping that she would be like, ah, something like that, but they kind of gave her a dull look. In addition to that, the figure is very loose in the abdomen region. Look at that. She can move that. Look at that. In addition to that, the leg is also warped a bit, so you probably can't see it, but it's sticking out at an angle, and it limits the articulation to the point that I don't even want to move it because I don't want to break it. But those are a few small bad points to it. It does have that nice modern look to it, though, and the hair looks really nice. I really do like what they did with the hair. She has all the standard articulations of a DC Universe Classic figure. Now, mine in particular does have a screwy leg motion here. I'm not sure that's with all of them. The only thing that dampens her articulation is the hair, keeps her from moving her head around, because, as you can see, it's long, it's strong, and it's keeping that head fixated. So, that is the articulation on her. As with the other cheetah, her tail moves only in one direction, and it's good for balancing her. Voila. So, final thoughts on both of these, and whether or not you should get them. I was definitely looking more forward towards this figure, and it did disappoint a little, but not as much as some other figures have. I still like this figure, but this figure really surprised me. I actually really liked the Golden Age Priscilla Rich cheetah figure. I don't think it's better than this figure. I do think this is the better of the two, but this figure really stands out and really did something that I didn't think it was going to do, and that was impress me. The Golden Age usually does have really silly costumes and all that stuff, but they kind of really took the Golden Age and they captured it in this. They actually made it look more serious and something that you can actually display with pride. This figure has its problems. It might just be mine, though. So putting all the loose joints and the screwy leg aside, just her face is the only real problem I have with her, because her face looks a little dull. But, I mean, she still looks kind of badass, and she's still a cool figure to display with your Wonder Woman. On a whole, whether or not you should get them. This figure I recommend to everyone to get. It's harder to find. For Wonder Woman fans, I recommend both of them. I don't recommend this to anyone other than a Wonder Woman fan, because they probably won't appreciate it that much. And it's not worth it buying something that you're not going to appreciate. But this cheetah, I think you should buy, because it is a good cheetah. It looks good. It does have its few problems. Those problems are just with my figure. So, I enjoyed both these. I'm happy I got both of them, and I recommend getting both of them. If you're a Wonder Woman fan, and if you're not a Wonder Woman fan, at least get this cheetah. She's the harder one to find, though. This one's pretty easy to find. This one is a bitch to find. I recommend going online and getting her for like 17 bucks. She's a variant. I'm not sure if she's a chase figure, but I've only seen her in one store. So your best bet is going on Amazon and getting her. So with that said, I'm going to end this review here. This is Andrew saying peace out for now.